was a little bit in years past. But when Caitlin Clark has become the Caitlin Clark we loved and we've grown to see, Caitlin Clark has the ball in her damn hands, bro. Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands, and she said verbatim herself that they run a read and react offense. You know what that is? The ball's in Caitlin's hands. Now, there has been a large speculation that Caitlin Clark pretty much wants to go to New York and play with Sandy Barnadello and the gang. And I'm here to tell you, it's speculation, but hell, after she traded Cheryl.
Recent statements from Sophie Cunningham have brought significant attention to the Indiana Fever's offensive struggles and strategic concerns. The veteran player addressed reporters with candid observations about the team's current system and the adjustments needed when Caitlin Clark returns to the lineup. Cunningham's remarks centered on a fundamental issue that has plagued the franchise throughout the season: the need for tactical flexibility based on personnel availability. Her comments suggested that the existing motion offense framework shows effectiveness during Clark's absence but requires complete restructuring when the star player rejoins the rotation. The discussion emerged during a press conference where Cunningham responded to questions about team consistency and performance variations. When asked about handling different lineup configurations, she emphasized that Clark's presence demands an entirely different approach to offensive execution.
Cheryl Reeve for Sandy is looking like she definitely want to go to New York because New York got the style of offense where Caitlin Clark could shine. Her and Sabrina will be the Splash Sisters. I can see it now. Clay and Steph 2.0. Guys, if Caitlin Clark could somehow get herself to New York, they're three-peating. I said this in the video before. I said this time and time again. They're going to be the 96 Bulls, bro. No one's going to beat them.
This acknowledgement represents a significant admission about the coaching staff's strategic planning and adaptation capabilities. The veteran forward's observations align with broader criticisms that have surrounded the team's offensive philosophy. Many analysts have advocated for a read and react system that would better utilize Clark's playmaking abilities and basketball intelligence. Such an approach would place the ball in Clark's hands more frequently, allowing her to dictate pace and create opportunities for teammates. Cunningham's statements also revealed underlying frustrations within the organization regarding inconsistent performance and missed opportunities. She acknowledged that the team has demonstrated impressive capabilities during certain stretches but struggles to maintain that level throughout entire games.
They're going to beat them. They're going to break all of the records. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be legendary. But at the end of the day, those are dreams. And the reality of the situation is that Caitlin Clark is stuck in Indiana for some years, dog. And I'm here to tell you, they have to fix this offense. And I'm not the only one that feel this way because, like I stated, Sophie Cunningham does as well. Now, she spoke with reporters today and put the nail in the coffin. We are about to react to this. Let me get.
These fluctuations have contributed to disappointing results and mounting pressure on the coaching staff. The discussion touched on speculation about Clark's future with the organization, including potential interest from other franchises. Some observers have suggested that New York would provide a better fit for Clark's skill set, particularly given their offensive system and existing personnel. The hypothetical pairing with players like Sabrina Ionescu has generated significant discussion among fans and media analysts. However, contractual obligations ensure that Clark remains with Indiana for the foreseeable future, making systemic improvements essential for the organization's success. The coaching staff faces mounting pressure to develop strategies that maximize their star players' impact while maintaining team chemistry and competitive balance.
About to react to this. Let me get this press conference pulled up, guys, because like I say, this one right here definitely is one of the ones.
How does Caitlin specifically, do you think, handle that?
I have no idea. You got to ask her. That girl's brain is different, so that's all on you.
It seems kind of halfway through the season, you guys are still experiencing some inconsistency, whether it be on and off the court. Obviously, rosters change too. Just what do you think going forward you guys need to do to get some consistency?
Man, I think that
Cunningham's role as a veteran leader emerged as another key topic during the press conference. She acknowledged responsibility for maintaining team cohesion and providing emotional stability during challenging moments. This leadership function becomes particularly important when facing adversity or struggling with consistency issues. The team's aggressive style of play has varied significantly throughout the season, with notable differences between games with and without Clark in the lineup. During Clark's absence, the team displayed increased intensity and physical engagement, characteristics that seemed to diminish following her return. This pattern raises questions about role definition and tactical clarity within the current system.
Man, I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much.
Y'all heard her. She said we got to have a new offense when Caitlin's in there. So basically, Sophie Cunningham is saying, you know what, Stephanie White, your damn motion offense worked when Caitlin ain't here. But when Caitlin's here, we need something else, dog. We need something new because this ain't it.
To the game. And so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want to.
Cunningham addressed these concerns by emphasizing the importance of maintaining competitive energy regardless of lineup composition. She stressed that successful teams must demonstrate consistent effort and aggression while adapting to different personnel groupings and game situations. The shooting struggles mentioned during the press conference highlighted another area of concern for the organization. Poor shooting percentages have contributed to offensive inefficiency and placed additional pressure on defensive performance. Cunningham acknowledged that the team possesses sufficient offensive talent to perform better, but must execute more consistently. Mental preparation and physical conditioning emerged as additional factors affecting team performance.
The game. And so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day to day and stuff that worked here, we need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up in I think like 7 days or whatnot. And so it's mentally making sure that we're good. It's physically making sure we're getting recovery, making sure we're taking care of our bodies off the court. But we're trying to figure it out. And I think you guys see it. I think we're all a little frustrated. We're trying to figure out what's clicking, what's not clicking, what works for us defensively. But at the end of the day,
the compressed schedule and travel demands of professional basketball create challenges that require proper management and preparation. Cunningham emphasized the importance of maintaining focus and energy levels throughout the demanding season. The comments about being pissed off and needing fire under our butts revealed the emotional state of the team and their determination to improve. This frustration stems from understanding their potential while failing to achieve consistent results. The veteran player suggested that this anger might serve as motivation for better performance moving forward. Cunningham's acknowledgement that the team operates like two different teams depending on Clark's availability underscores the systemic issues facing the organization.
Not clicking what works for us defensively, but at the end of the day, I think what we can hang our hat on is not getting outworked, making sure that we're the aggressors, making sure that we're getting boards, controlling what we can control. And I think we need to do a better job at that. And if we can do that, I think stuff offensively will open up for us.
Do you feel like that's part of your role, I guess, when it comes to aggression, grit, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just making sure our energy is where it needs.
Now, real quick, we have seen the team be more aggressive. When they played Minnesota, they was real aggressive.
Successful franchises typically maintain consistent identity and approach regardless of individual player availability, suggesting that Indiana must develop more comprehensive tactical flexibility. The defensive aspects of team performance also received attention during the discussion. Cunningham emphasized controllable factors like effort, communication, and rebounding as areas where the team can make immediate improvements. These fundamental elements often determine game outcomes and provide stability during offensive struggles. The timeline concerns mentioned by Cunningham reflect the urgency surrounding the team's situation. With limited games remaining before playoff positioning becomes critical, the organization faces pressure to implement changes quickly while maintaining team chemistry and confidence.
We have seen the team be more aggressive. When they played Minnesota, they was real aggressive. So much that reporters was talking about it. When they played Las Vegas, they was super duper aggressive. I don't know if the aggressive nature left because Caitlin came back, but whatever the case may be, they're not looking very aggressive right now as a team. They just ain't, bro. I don't know what need to change, but at the end of the day, something has to be done with this basketball team and finding ways to close out these games and get
The veteran's comments about roster composition and continuity highlight another challenge facing the organization. Frequent personnel changes can disrupt team chemistry and require constant adjustment periods. Building sustainable success requires both talent acquisition and system stability. Cunningham's perspective as an experienced player provides valuable insight into the team's internal dynamics and challenges. Her willingness to address these issues publicly demonstrates leadership and commitment to organizational improvement. However, translating these observations into tangible results remains the primary challenge for the coaching staff and front office.
Are completely bamboozled by the free agency signings, and we thought that we were going to be playing a fast-paced style. Clearly, the first domino was Sophie Cunningham when she goes, "I'm really excited to play with the Fever. We're playing a motion offense where everyone gets to handle the ball, and we all get to create." Like, that was kind of the first thing, the first red flag that people kind of ignored.
The discussion ultimately reinforces the need for strategic evolution within the Indiana Fever organization. While talent exists within the roster, maximizing that potential requires tactical sophistication and adaptability that matches the caliber of personnel available. Cunningham's comments serve as both acknowledgement of current limitations and a call for necessary changes moving forward. The Indiana Fever's organizational struggles this season stem primarily from management decisions rather than coaching limitations. Stephane White operates within her established parameters, recruiting veteran players, implementing traditional basketball systems, and maintaining conservative offensive approaches. The front office selected White knowing her tendencies, making criticism of her methods somewhat misplaced.
Flag that people kind of ignored. And then there was a lot of Stephane White playing Caitlin off the ball, and I have an entire discussion. I'm like, if Caitlin Clark playing off the ball meant a whole bunch of different actions, being able to use her gravity, cutting more, and then getting the ball in positions that she can do stuff off one or two actions, then like it would be one thing. But I said that if it's just running the same.
The roster construction and strategic direction revealed deeper organizational confusion. Initial expectations suggested a fast-paced, dynamic system, but early warning signs emerged during free agency. Sophie Cunningham's comments about a motion offense where every player handles the ball and creates opportunities hinted at the egalitarian approach that would follow. Early concerns about Clark playing off-ball positions proved justified. Effective off-ball usage requires diverse actions, gravitational advantages, cutting opportunities, and positioning for quick decision-making. Instead, the organization recycled repetitive quick-hit plays from previous seasons, limiting Clark's impact and creativity.
But I said that if it's just running the same almost quick hitters over and over and over again, like they did last year, then that's not good for Caitlin Clark playing off the ball. However, that's all they're doing. They're doing the same actions over and over again. We got bamboozled. And clearly, DeWanna Bonner, you can hear from some of the interviews that if you put the pieces together, this is what it seems like. Again, we don't know anything, but from putting the pieces together, it seems like DeWanna Bonner was basically told, "We're playing your game. We're playing around you."
The Dana Evans situation illustrates organizational priorities. Evidence suggests Evans received assurances about offensive centrality, with Clark expected to complement rather than lead. Clark and other players were positioned as facilitators designed to create opportunities for established veterans. Natasha Howard's MVP aspirations further demonstrate this hierarchy. Kelsey Mitchell's utilization reveals tactical misunderstandings. Her success in international play stemmed from minimal dribbling and quick decisions.
Caitlin's job is to fit in and play around you. Caitlin and Leah are there to get you open shots. Like, it seems like that's what they're being told. Natasha Howard's talking about wanting to win MVP. Like, I'd say she was told, "Look, you guys are the offense. You know, these young players couldn't get it done or can't get it done. So for the next year, we're building around you guys." Kelsey clearly is being told to go ISO. Like, if you watch Kelsey Mitchell play in China,
extended ball handling dramatically reduces her efficiency, yet the current system encourages isolation plays that exploit her weaknesses rather than her strengths. Howard's shot selection remains problematic regardless of system or team. Her tendency toward difficult attempts characterized her time in Dallas and continues with Indiana. The organization signed her based on outdated perceptions rather than current performance levels. A concerning pattern emerges regarding organizational priorities. Management appears focused on using Clark's popularity to elevate the franchise while simultaneously minimizing her individual prominence.
Mitchell play in China. Watch how well she played in China and watch how few dribbles she takes. Kelsey Mitchell, if Kelsey Mitchell takes more, every dribble past one from Kelsey Mitchell probably halves her field goal percentage. Like, Kelsey Mitchell is, when she takes more than one dribble, she's terrible. Like, she's a terrible offensive player. She makes bad decisions, and unless there's the odd game where she's making circus shots. Natasha Howard is a circus.
This approach mirrors broader league strategies that proved counterproductive. The more than Caitlin Clark narrative reflects organizational insecurity about their star players' impact. Articles emphasizing team depth and veteran leadership suggest deliberate attempts to redistribute attention away from Clark's contributions. This strategy misunderstands fan loyalty and attendance patterns. Clark's transformative impact on franchise success cannot be overstated.
Is a circus shot taker. She is a circus shot taker. And it is what it is. Like, she plays the same way. No matter what, she played the same way for the Dallas Wings. She was they signed her off the back of 2 years as an empty stat player. And then they are like, you know what, talking about her like she was still the same player she was and she's a champion. But look, she is what she is. She is what she is.
The team's first .500 record in a decade directly correlates with her presence. Historical precedents exist. The Cleveland Cavaliers experienced similar star-dependent success with LeBron James without attempting to diminish his role or share spotlight duties. The organizational approach differs significantly from successful star-driven franchises. While Cleveland promoted James alongside supporting players, they never mandated equal representation or diluted his individual brand. Indiana's strategy forces Clark to share promotional opportunities and media appearances with teammates who lack comparable drawing power.
She is what she is. But yeah, it's all around just a bad situation. And I saw a post, and like, obviously it was an opinion post, and basically it was saying that the front office, the only thing they care about is, I don't even know who ended up writing it, but the gist of it is that the priorities of the front office are to try to use.
The WNBA's previous approach toward Clark provides the blueprint Indiana now follows. League officials initially attempted to promote alternative players while downplaying Clark's influence, believing her popularity would diminish naturally. This strategy failed as Clark's appeal remained constant, creating tension between league promotion and fan preferences. Indiana's front office has adopted this failed approach internally. Rather than learning from the league's mistakes, they've implemented similar strategies within their organization.
Try to use Caitlin Clark to build up the fever, to the detriment of Caitlin Clark. Like, again, we saw articles about there's more to the fever than Caitlin Clark. And it seems like their tactic is, you know what the WNBA did last year? When it's like, we're trying to, to the detriment of Caitlin Clark, we're going to go anti-Caitlin Clark and everything. But we're going to do, by doing that, we're...
The goal appears to be preparing for decreased Clark popularity while building alternative attractions. The coaching system exacerbates these problems through its egalitarian philosophy. Every starting player except Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham believes they serve as the primary offensive option. Aaliyah Boston, Clark Mitchell, and Howard all operate under this assumption, creating confusion and inefficiency. Even bench players like KK Timpson adopt this mentality when playing.